and thanks for joining me, your sports pilot James Gloria. Another exciting episode of Sport Vibe on DNT Work, where we'll bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sport every Tuesday, as is our tradition to do so. This week won't be an exception, so I would implore you to please stay tuned because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back. It's a beautiful Tuesday, and of course we'll be talking football as we witness so many games played across Europe over the weekend, and an interesting weekend for football lovers, particularly Arsenal and Barcelona fans across the globe. As you know, that the highlight of the weekend was Barcelona winning their back-to-back La Liga title, and Arsenal clinching on the Premier League title following a narrow win against West Ham. And of course we'll be starting from the English soil, talking about the relegation battle. We can confirm that Wolves and Burnley are definitely relegated from the Premier League, but the battle between West Ham and Tottenham continues to intensify to see which team will be relegated next season from the Premier League and will be playing in the Championship. You would also know that West Ham needed a win against Arsenal Football Club to stay off the relegation zone and probably mount pressure on Tottenham Hotspur, but they were unable to get the result. All credit to Mikel Arteta said we were able to squeeze out a win against West Ham to make sure that they maintain their 5-point lead against Manchester City in the Premier League title race. This was a crucial one coming from Trossard in the latter end of the game between them and West Ham to squeeze out a win. But you also know that in that game there was a controversial goal that was ruled out for West Ham at the very end of the game between them and Arsenal Football Club, where we saw crowds in the box 18 of Arsenal Football Club, and David Raya was seen to be denied the chance of holding the ball when the set piece was played into the box 18 of Arsenal Football Club. But you would know that is arguable because Arsenal Football Club has had this format as their own dark art in the Premier League this season. You know that they did that same thing against Manchester United, where we saw Saliba denying Manchester United goalkeeper the chance of holding the ball, and Calafiori went ahead on scoring the goal. It's going to be a very debatable one for Arsenal Football Club, who will think it is in their favor, and definitely the goal should be disallowed. But if you look at teams that have suffered from this particular incident in the Premier League, would definitely not be supporting it. And I know for Manchester United fans, they will be frowning against the decision of VAR removing the goal of West Ham United in what could have been a draw between Arsenal Football Club and West Ham, for them to be able to secure their own fate to avoid the relegation battle between them and Tottenham Hotspur. As we know that Leeds have been guaranteed to remain in the Premier League after returning to the Premier League, and Nottingham Forest also will be remaining in the Premier League, as the battle is going to be between Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham in the Premier League. But you take nothing away from Manchester City also, who has continued to mount pressure on Arsenal Football Club. They were able to show dominance against Brentford, scoring 3 goals and hoping that Arsenal Football Club will falter in their race to the Premier League, as this Premier League looks to intensify and is going to be dragged to the final day of the competition. Arsenal are yet to play Crystal Palace. Manchester City also will be playing Crystal Palace, and they will be playing Aston Villa in the latter end of the final match of the Premier League. Who is going to be winning the Premier League between Arsenal Football Club or Manchester City? Guardiola has what it takes, and Arteta has his fate in his hands right now. All he just needs to do is to win the remaining 2 games that he has in the Premier League. And of course, they are also into the UEFA Champions League finals after defeating Atletico 2 in the semi-finals of the competition, and they have set up a finals between themselves and the defending champion Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League. And of course, the England's team are doing very well in the European competition, as Aston Villa also will be playing in the Europa League finals, and Crystal Palace, after defeating their rivals in the semi-finals of the Conference League, also will be playing in the Conference League finals, and this could be a chance for the English team to participate in the UEFA Champions League next season. As you know that this season saw 6 England teams participating in the UEFA Champions League, and if they continue with this form, if Crystal Palace and Aston Villa or Arsenal wins the UEFA Champions League, that means we'll be seeing 6 Premier League side participating in the UEFA Champions League back-to-back season in the world of football. You know that Manchester United are comfortably sitting at the 3rd position as things stands right now in the Premier League, as results favor them, as we saw Liverpool playing a draw against Chelsea Football Club in a game that ended 1 goal apiece. It's going to be a decisive one for Chelsea. You know that they are also fighting to participate in the European competition next season, and their spot right now to participate in the UEFA Champions League next season could be winning Manchester City at the FA Cup finals. It's a positive result depending on how you look at it for Chelsea football fans, as they have also gone games without a win in the Premier League, but finding the back of the net against Liverpool, who are also struggling, could be a positive ahead of their match against Manchester City in the finals of the FA Cup. And quickly, let's go on a very short break, and when we're right back, we continue right from where we stop. Welcome back, and continuing from where we stopped, when the Premier League is yet to be decided, as we are hoping to see which team will be winning it between Arsenal Football Club and Manchester City. The La Liga has been decided over the weekend. We saw Barcelona winning their arch rival Real Madrid to win their back-to-back La Liga title. It was done in the Clásico. You know that before now, Barcelona were 14 points ahead of Real Madrid, and Real Madrid were hoping that they would delay the celebration of Barcelona, but at the El Clásico, Barcelona were able to snatch their 29th trophy, where you talk about the La Liga title against their arch rival Real Madrid, who has gone this season yet again without a trophy. It has been an emphatic performance from the Hansi Flick side over the season, as they were able to defeat Real Madrid to secure their own spot and go 91 points ahead of Real Madrid at the top of the Spanish La Liga. And it has been sealed, where we saw Marcus Rashford scoring a stunning free kick against Real Madrid, and this is the first time in the El Clásico since the year 2012 where we saw Lionel Messi scoring a direct free kick in the El Clásico. Marcus Rashford has done that to help Barcelona seal their 29th trophy in the La Liga. It's going to be an interesting one to see how fate will unfold for Marcus Rashford this season in Barcelona. You know that he is meant to sign a contract with Barcelona, but Barcelona right now are negotiating the funds that they will be using to sign Marcus Rashford. Could he be making a permanent switch to Barcelona? He has proven to be a man for the job at the price of 30 million. Getting Marcus Rashford won't be bad for Barcelona. For a man that has been able to get 28 goal involvement for Barcelona this season and making them to win the Spanish La Liga this season, is going to be a one to look out for. Will Marcus Rashford be returning to Manchester United under Michael Carrick, or will he be making his move to Barcelona permanent? It's going to be the decisions to make by Barcelona and Manchester United as things goes on. And also talking about the Bundesliga, which has also been sealed, we know that Bayern Munich has won that particular one. Inter Milan has won the Italian Serie A, and one of the major trophies that is yet to be decided in the world of football is the Premier League. And another interesting one in the Premier League that we won't fail to talk about is David Raya winning his 3rd consecutive Golden Glove after the game against West Ham. This means significantly there is no other keeper that will be able to catch up with David Raya, and this means that he has sealed his 3rd consecutive Golden Glove in the Premier League. This man has proven to be the one that will be propelling Arsenal Football Club to the Premier League. If they are able to win it, this is going to be the first time that Arsenal Football Club has won the Premier League in 22 years, and Mikel Arteta has the chance of breaking the record and also winning the UEFA Champions League if he is being able to defeat the defending champion Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League on May 30th. That is going to be the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal Football Club could salvage their season or probably lose out and wait to continue to be bantered by football lovers across the globe. And this is the length at which we'll be going on this week's episode of Sport Vibe on TNT World. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media handle at Sport Vibe on TNT World. Remain a law-abiding citizen. Enjoy your week. Thank you.